Hello everyone and welcome back to Evil Quest. I'm Nardagraph. When we left off, we just explored Camellia. We visited pretty much the entire town. We saw the battlefield where our battle that got us in this mess to begin with took place. But we didn't explore it though. So this time we are actually in Bolt Mountain. I'm gonna wager a simple guess that this is the place where the last seal is, probably at the top, if I were to guess. We'll probably find some kind of eagle monster, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe a dragon. Like a giant-ass dragon. Not like those small ice dragons we met in the ice cave. No, this dragon should be huge. I honestly have no idea what we're gonna find. I'm in this journey with you guys. You think this is Evil Quest and I'm not a ref. I completely forgot to mention that. I do that sometimes and I don't want to do that now. This is just the goddamn battle over again. Oh, a save point. Let's save. Alright. Alright. Get wrecked. So we're doing pretty good time. You think, by the way, as I was saying, that game like this will get pretty tiring after a while. I know with Evil Land I had this problem where I get what the game did. It was sort of a homage to all the older games, but the goddamn premise wore out pretty fast for me. And we leveled up. So we're gonna put 2 points there and a point there. There we go. The whole premise of Evil Land ran pretty thin by the end of the game, to me, at least. At least I felt like it. And this game is pretty much that, you know, a homage to Crystallis and everything else. There's a charge orb and everything. They did improve in a couple of things, like you don't have to equip the running boots or the jump boots. You can use both at the same time. You also don't have to equip the charge orb. It's always equipped, you just have to, you know, charge your weapon. They did a couple of improvements over the formula, but this is pretty much a homage to those older games. And eventually most of these homage games get pretty old after a while. That DLC quest, I mean, I get the joke, but I don't know, I felt like that game was just enough. There was just enough of it for me to not completely hate that game, because if it was just a little bit longer, I might have some trouble with it. And that's, again, the same trouble I ran in Evil Land, but not here. I'm still having tons of fun playing it. I guess it's because it's not too hard. I mean, Crystallis wasn't that hard. There was a couple of guy dangits, like me needing to be level 11 to beat a certain boss. But it wasn't really hard. Especially, this is what I love about RPGs. Instead of, you know, just relying on just, you know, either RNG or pure skill, you can also rely on hard work. You know, if you level up a lot, you're gonna be strong and you're gonna be able to beat the boss, you know? It's the way I play Pokemon. When I play Pokemon and I want to beat a enemy, I just level up more than them. I usually try to be 5. Oh god, not again! He's here, man. We have to slow him down to give the master a chance. Who the F? Oh, I know who your master is. It's that douchebag, isn't it? That betrayed me. Well, I'll have him in my monster journal soon enough. But I usually a lot of people like when they do this. Yeah, that's a dragon, a poison dragon. Weird. But a lot of people, when they play like Nuzlocke and such, they rely on their skill, you know? They rely on knowing what moves to put. But like in my team, it's 100% damage. I'm a brute force kind of guy, you know? I put everything they have as an attack move. I never use Leer and attacks like that. They lower the opponent's stats. I never do that. I know I probably should. It's probably optimal, you know, for you to lower the enemy's stats to make him easier to kill. And with that strategy, you can probably kill some enemies which might have a type advantage from you, you know? I've seen people beat the Elite Four with just the Magikarp. And you know, that's okay, I'm not that kind of player. I like to collect the Pokemons I like. And I brute force them into beating the bosses, the champions, you know? By being horribly overleveled. Everyone has their way, and that's what I like about RPGs. You can always be overleveled, right? In a sense, it's what I don't like about most Bethesda games. Bethesda used to be good at scaling enemies, but when you, in Skyrim, when you see an enemy that scale to your level and you think, that's a bandit that can kill the guy who killed the Eater of Worlds. Why didn't he do the job, you know? And that kind of pisses me off. You know, it's scaling. Eventually, I expect to be strong enough that I can beat everyone. If I beat the goddamn bringer of the goddamn apocalypse, I hope that I'm able to beat everyone. Easily, you know? Sure, put a couple of bosses that are... Oops. That are stronger than me. I don't mind. If there is a couple of bosses extra, like the ultimate weapon. They might be stronger than you, you know? Even after you leveled up a bunch. But don't make common enemies just beat you, you know, easily. That should not happen. I don't know, it's just something I feel there's something to be learned from pen and paper RPGs. Because in pen and paper RPGs, everything is very delineated. Is that a word? Everything is, you know, everything has its place, is what I'm trying to say. The encounters are very well determined by the level of the players and the challenge level. At least most good ones are. There are some which are bad, which you can just throw 1,000 kobolds at the guys and kill them with that. But a fair dungeon master can keep things pretty interesting with just a couple of enemies. 1,000 gold, by the way. That's not even that high of an increase. So, what you wanna do to give players, you know, a sense of a challenge when they're higher level, you wanna put them against a bunch of weak enemies where they can get overwhelmed. Of course, you don't go overboard. You still keep to the rules of the challenge encounter. But, you know, you try to make it still challenging for them. So they can get, you know, a fair amount of XP by the end of the game. And not feel like they just encounter trash everywhere. And then you make that one encounter that's really tough. That's usually how they build those games. You're just giving me a ton of potions. Why should I be afraid of? I have 29 freaking potions. But I was saying, it's then you put that one encounter like in Star Wars. If your group is pretty good and they're slightly higher level, you give them a bunch of stormtroopers to fight. And if you wanna, you know, make it a challenge, you add that one guy you like. You add Boba Fett to give them a challenge, you know. But on the way to Boba Fett, they should encounter a bunch of weaker guys, you know. If they didn't manage to avoid them, like completely. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know, that's... Who knew that I'd bring a topic? Right? Who knew that I'd have a topic to talk about? And I never have a topic. I I usually just ramble my ass off, but this time, topic. This feels like a boss fight area. The hell is this? I don't know. Dragon shield. I'm guessing that's the best armor in the game that we're gonna find. Maybe we'll find something better in the astral plane. Oh, jackass. What is this? Some kind of doppelganger? No, Calvis. It is I, Eric, and I have come to put an end to you. So you survived our encounter in the prison. Remarkable. There is nothing remarkable about it. Through sheer force of will, I dragged myself through the sewer after you, bleeding all the way to Dracula, where I was nursed back to health. Since then I've been training, growing stronger, and hunting you all the while. I've even found the legendary lightning spear, and with it I'll finally taste the revenge I've been starving for this many years. Eric, do you honestly believe you're a hero now? You've certainly come a long way from the sniveling worm I came down in the prison, but really, do you think you're ready for this? Are you ready for this? You think you're ready to face me? Of course! The only reason you cut me down before was because you caught me off guard. I'm more than ready to kill you. I didn't catch you off guard. You were a guard. This guy's gonna get wrecked. At this rate, I'm gonna, not die because I have 40 fucking potions. Do you have a charge orb too? Huh? You know I can do that too, you jackass. Except I can actually hit. Whoa, what's this? So he's a dragoon. Was I supposed to be scared? Again with the music fading off. It like completely kills the mood. I guess I didn't have a long enough song. Oh. I don't know what's up. Yes, someone just missed. Someone just... You dead. I failed. I've got all the weapons. I'm guessing all of these are the weapons that form. I'm still counting on the shank, man. Lightning too. I'm still counting on the shank being the one of the weapons. At last, the final seal is opened. You'll see. The ultimate weapon will turn out to be the shank. You'll see. Barrier of lightning disappeared, and the seal is undone. You know what I think? What the hell is that? You know what I think? I think Tazriel won that fight. And he locked himself in the astral plane. I think he's the god. Wouldn't that be a twist? I guess we're about to find out. Sorry. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to fight that. Oh shit! That's the least... Wait, heal. I can be hit with my own lightning? Is that what I gathered? Oh. It does a bunch of lightning on the guy, and then it does a bunch of lightning like around the area. And I can be hit by the lightning around there. Whoa, baby. A triple. Whoa, boy. Calm down there, boy. Whoa, jeez, dog. Whoa, boy. Whoa, boy. I can dodge bullets. So I'm fast enough to dodge a bullet. This thing has a lot of health, and this music's really loud in my ears. Okay. I'm just using it willy-nilly because I don't really care. You wanna know why? Because I got freaking Cure 3, you know? I killed it. Ride the lightning, yeah. Was that supposed to be hard? I guess I am pretty OP. By the way, that fight with Eric, pretty anticlimactic. Not gonna lie. And you know what? I'm gonna actually sleep in the inn. What's gonna happen? Will they kill me in my sleep? Nope. Anyway, next episode, I guess we'll be going through the battlefields because they said that the astral plane was there. So I'll see you guys there. On the flip side, bye-bye.